Welcome to This Woman Can, the Women's Leadership Podcast and your source of information related to women's leadership, female entrepreneurship, personal success and career advancement. I'm your host, Janice Sutherland, Executive Coach and Leadership Development Expert. And now, this week's episode. Hey everybody, and thanks for joining me on this week's edition of This Woman Can. I'm always grateful to spend this time with you, talking about topics about how we can advance our career, how we can succeed in our goals. Now, if you haven't done so already, I would ask a little favour of you to head over to iTunes or whichever podcast platform you're using. Just rate, review, subscribe and share about the show. Leave me questions, leave me feedback. This is how I get the show out to other women around the globe. Now, a couple of things I want to share with you this week. This week I want to talk to you about a new term, I'll be honest, I've never heard of, that I came across. Now, you've probably heard of FOMO, fear of missing out. Now, there's another piece on that. There's a FOMO with an MG on the end, and that's fear of missing out on my goals. And I'm like, wow. Do we really have to have another acronym? Now, this was all about you not achieving your goals, personal goals that you've set by a particular personal time, personal date, and the pressure that you place on yourself. That you wanted to come across you wanted to get your life goals, you had a plan set out for yourself, you knew where you wanted to go, and all of a sudden, you find you haven't achieved them. Now, this FOMOMG was I'm not sure how you pronounce it, was coined by a young model of Leomi Anderson, and this woman's 25. She's 25. She's already got a top modeling career. She's got a fan base and she's got her own clothing line, and yet she still questions her personal achievements. What a way to put pressure on yourself at such a young age. And she said she feels like she's running out of time to achieve her goals, and there's all these things she wants to achieve, and and she hadn't done it. But she's 25. She's 25, and there's very few of us, let's be honest, let's be realistic, who've actually achieved our life goals by the time we're 25. Hell, half of us are still trying to figure out what life is at that time. Look, I'm in my 50s, early 50s, and I'm still working out which way I'm going. So what I really want to say about this is stop putting pressure on yourself. I mean, half of it we see that we look at social media and everybody's putting down how fantastic they are. They're all smiling. Everything's going brilliant. But remember, it's social media. It's not reality. It's the edited world. No one tells you when their arse is on the ground. They're really struggling. No one shares with you when they didn't get that job or they feel upset. They're only showing you the rose-tinted, happy situations they're in. So the first thing is really not to benchmark yourself against what you see on social media, what your friends are doing. What you need to do is focus on your own life plan. What does that look like? Make it realistic. Don't be undermined. Don't let your confidence be undermined by comparing your life to others, because it makes you feel like you're not getting anywhere. But what I want you to do is just really stop and take a few moments to review what you've done over the past, say, 12 months. I've done that quite recently with the birthday coming up, and I was really, I suppose, shocked at how much I had achieved over a 12-month period, from traveling to appearing on stage, speaking, obviously changing careers, pivoting in what I was doing. And I'm going to announce some more news in a minute about another thing I'm doing. So all that's really for me to say is that it's important for you to really look at the whole picture and, look at the plan you have for yourself and what's the realistic goals you want to set for yourself, not compare yourself to others, because there's a right place and a right time for you. And just because you may not have achieved it at the time you said you wanted to achieve it, doesn't mean you're never going to achieve it. We all have to go at our own pace. So remember, everyone has their own journey and their own path, and not to really stress yourself out looking at whatever other persons are doing and feeling this FOMO, this fear of missing out on my goals, because you haven't missed out on your goals. You just maybe need to realign them, reassess where they are, and come up with another plan. So really don't stress about it. There's plenty time really to achieve what you want to do. You just need to focus on the direction you're going and understand that just because you haven't done it now doesn't mean it's never going to happen. You just don't know where the journey and the journey of life is going to take you, and you can always be surprised. Now, I want to share some really exciting news. I'm publishing my first book. It's called This Woman Can, the No Bullshit Guide for Women Who Lead. It comes out on November 19th in celebration of Women's Entrepreneurship Day, and it'll be available on Amazon and Kindle, and also locally if you live in Antigua. And you can make sure that you're first in line to receive your copy by pre-registering at my website, janicesutherland.com, or at thiswomancan.coach. Now, I'm really excited about this book. In it, I focus on questions that women like you, just like you, have asked me, things that will help you succeed. And I'm not talking about the run-of-the-mill questions such as, how do I become a great leader? That's great. I'm talking about those questions that we often sweep under the carpet because we feel uncomfortable or embarrassed to ask them, but they can help us on our way to becoming a great leader or a success in whatever we do. So, for instance, I'm talking about how can we have a relationship with our partner if they're not ambitious or as career-focused as you are? Will your relationship change on how to manage it if you become the main breadwinner? How can you juggle work and family and ensure that you do a great job with both? How can you set personal boundaries without upsetting those that are important to you? How can you say no without impacting your career? And how can you change career using your current skills? Now, that's just some of the questions. There's lots more in there. There's much more. But with each question that's there, that this woman can, I give honest, simple, practical solutions with a little bit of self-reflection on your part so that you get to ask yourself some questions, but they enable you to develop the self-belief in your own capabilities of becoming high-performance leaders both in your career and your life. Now, I draw on my own personal experiences, my own personal knowledge, my coaching experience to illustrate how you can get the job done without the bullshit acronyms sometimes these books give us that get in the way and just try to confuse us. I want you to know that you can break expectations if you believe in, own, and confidently develop your own personal power and not wait for empowerment, because you already have the power. So why you wait for someone to give you something you already have? Unleash it yourself. So as I said, I'm really excited to share this with you. It comes out November 19th, Women's Entrepreneurship Day. This Woman Can, the No Bullshit Guide for Women Who Lead. Head over to janicesutherland.com or thiswomancan.coach to reserve your copy. I really can't wait for you to read it. So that's it for this week. And as I said, don't be suffering with FOMOMG or however we pronounce it, because there's still loads and loads of times for you to do what you want to do. And like me, you can start all over again. And I've just written a book. So I really hope you get the opportunity to sign up for it. As I said, just head over to my website, janicesutherland.com or thiswomancan.coach to sign up and reserve your copy. And if you want some help, you want to chat about how I can help you succeed in your career and your life, by all means, drop me a line, email me at info@janicesutherland.com, and let's see how we can work together. So all it remains to be said, have a fantastic week. And remember, it's never too late, because if I can, you can, this woman can. You've been listening to the This Woman Can podcast. For more information about the training and consulting services offered for women who lead, including one-on-one executive coaching and group masterminds, visit thiswomancan.coach.